So you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet, Tennessee. You're thinking about moving to Nashville, to Middle Tennessee here. Well, in this video, we're gonna cover 3 homes and covering what can you get here at Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000. And we're getting after it right now. Welcome back to another video, you guys. So you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet, you're thinking about moving to Nashville, to Middle Tennessee here. Well, like I said in the beginning, in this video, we're gonna cover what can you get here in Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000. We got a lot we're gonna cover in this video. You do not wanna miss it. Let's jump right on into it. Here we go. So a couple things about Mount Juliet. It's in Wilson County here, which Wilson County is right on the other side of Davidson County. You're about 15-20 minutes from the Nashville B&A, the airport here in Middle Tennessee in the Nashville area. You're about 20-25 minutes from downtown, like in terms of Broadway, downtown Nashville. There's a lot of great stuff that this town, Mount Juliet, has to offer. We're not gonna cover everything about Mount Juliet, but what we are gonna cover is what you can get here in Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000. We got 3 homes we're gonna cover in today's video. We're gonna tour around each of the homes and kind of describe what that home, what the value is, what the price is, the size of the home, and then we're gonna tour a little bit around the neighborhood and kind of show you what that neighborhood has to offer compared to that subdivision, etc., or what you can get for that price point here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. All right, you guys, welcome to the first stop here that we're talking about. This video, again, we're covering what can you get here in Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000. So the first home we're talking about, the subdivision that we're in today, this is gonna be the Providence subdivision. This is a pretty nice subdivision. These homes are roughly going anywhere from $400,000 to about $550,000. $100,000, you know, and you can see that there are a little bit more cars passing by, so you're going to have a little bit more traffic. Hence, that's going to kind of go hand in hand with the price range that we talk about. As you see that the higher the home that we typically talk about, there's not going to be as many cars driving by, and there's not going to be as much traffic. So the home that we're talking about is actually going to be this home right here. And I'm going to flash a couple photos about this home so you can actually see what this home has to offer. So this home, again, is in the Providence subdivision, and this right here, this home is going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath, and it's going to be about 1,500 square feet. So that's going to be coming in at about $316 per square foot, which is actually really kind of high compared to some of the other homes that we talk about, are anywhere from like $240, you know, $250, $230, you know, $220, $214. You know, per square foot. This one's going to be coming in at $316 per square foot. The home that we're talking about, this one sits on about 0.15 of an acre, so it's a little bit smaller lot of land versus some of the other homes we're talking about is going to be anywhere from 0.25, 0.24, a quarter of an acre, up to about 0.40, 0.45, maybe 0.5, which is a half of an acre. So this house, again, 0.15, so a really small lot of land. Again, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so not a lot of house, but you're paying for the location. Again, we're in Mount Juliet, so this is one of the top suburbs of Nashville to live in, and that's going to be exactly what you're paying for, is the location. So this is, again, we're in Mount Juliet, and the subdivision, the Providence subdivision where we're at, this is zoned for a couple great things. It's zoned for the Wilson Central High School, which is going to be the high school for a lot of the homes that we're talking about here in Mount Juliet, and you'll see that in the next homes that we're talking about. The elementary school that this home is zoned for is going to be the Rutland Elementary, which is literally right up the road from this house. So you're in a really great location. You're about 15-20 minutes from the water, depending on what part of the water, you know, if you want to go to like a small lake or what lake you want to go to be exact. But yeah, again, this home that we're talking about is coming in at $501,000. So right at the very low end of the $500,000 mark. What can you get between $500,000 and $700,000? This is $501,000. So I definitely feel that this is a really good place that we can start of what you can get here in Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000. So let's go drive around the rest of this neighborhood and see exactly what you have and what you can get. Here we go. guys, welcome to the second stop that we're talking about here on our tour here in Mount Juliet. What can you get in Mount Juliet between $500,000 and $700,000? The second home we're talking about today is going to be that home right over there. And this home is coming in at $600,000. The first home we looked at was $501,000. This home we're talking about is $600,000. So it's literally $100,000 up, splitting the middle, right in the middle, from $500,000 to $700,000. So the subdivision that this house that we're talking about, where it's going to be located, this is in Cobblestone Landing. And this subdivision is, again, one of the nicer subdivisions in Mount Juliet. There's a lot of nice subdivisions in Mount Juliet because, well, it is Mount Juliet. If you look at my last video on the top 5 suburbs of Nashville, of Middle Tennessee, surrounding the Middle Tennessee area, Mount Juliet is number 5 on the list. Hendersonville, if you look at my last couple videos, we did what you can get in Hendersonville between $500,000 to $700,000, up to $700,000, up to $1 million. Mount Juliet is going to be coming in on number 5 on our list. So we are in Mount Juliet, one of the nicer areas in Middle Tennessee to live. So yeah, this subdivision that we're talking about today, this is an HOA, and the HOA that we're going to be dealing with for this home is going to be about $55 per month. The acre size that this home is sitting on is about 0.22 of an acre, so it's almost a quarter of an acre, as most of the homes we're going to be looking at are going to be about a quarter of an acre up to about a half of an acre. So again, that's the home we're talking about. In this home, a couple things about this home specifically is it's going to be a 4-bed, 3-bath. It's going to be 2,200 square feet. So that's going to be putting this property right at about $271 per square foot. This home was built in 2011. So a lot of great things that this subdivision has to offer that you can get here in the Mount Juliet area for that price range. So if you're trying to stay, like I said, between the $500,000 and the $700,000 price range, well, this might be an option for you. I mean, these are going to be your neighbors. These are going to be the homes that you're dealing with here in Mount Juliet. A lot of great stuff to where we're located. We're about 15-20 minutes from the airport. You're about 10 minutes. There's a really great campsite here in Mount Juliet called Cedar Creek. So if you want to go camping, go enjoy the night on the water, if you have family or friends coming into town with an RV and you need a place for them to stay, Cedar Creek is a really great opportunity, or really great option for a campsite and RV site here in the Mount Juliet area. Yeah, if you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet and you're thinking, hey, I want to try to stay within $500,000 to $700,000, this might be an option for you. Let's drive around the rest of this neighborhood and see what we got to offer. Here we go. Guys, welcome to the final stop, the third house that we're looking at here on our little tour, covering what can you get here in Mount Juliet from $500,000 up to $700,000. So the subdivision that we're in here, this is going to be Berkshire Ridge. We're in phase 1. So this is a really nice subdivision, as a lot of the subdivisions we're talking about and we're covering. But this subdivision is going to be really quiet. You can see there's not a lot of cars. You can hear the birds chirping. It's just a really nice subdivision if you want to raise a family or just really want to have a quiet subdivision in general, whether you have kids or you don't have kids. The home that we're talking about today is going to be about 0.40 of an acre, so not quite half of an acre, but it's a little bit bigger than a lot of the other properties we've been talking about in our other videos, where the acreage is about 0.22, 0.24, you know, 0.25, a quarter of an acre. This one's going to be 0.4, which is a little bit bigger, not quite, like I said, not quite a half, but yeah, 0.4 of an acre. So you're not going to have your neighbors sitting, their house is not going to be sitting right on top of your house. So a couple things about the home that we're covering today. This home was built in 2011. This is going to be a 4-bed, 3-bath. It's going to be about 2,800 square feet. So that's going to put the property at $241 per square foot. The price of the home that we're talking about is coming in at $675,000. So this right here is just below the $700,000 mark. Again, our goal is to stay between $500,000 and $700,000. What can we get here in Mount Juliet? That's the question that we're trying to answer in this video. So $675,000. Now this subdivision, Berkshire Ridge, this is an HOA, which this HOA is really reasonable compared to a lot of the other HOAs we're going to be talking about in the other videos or the homes before or after. You know, we're going to be covering. This HOA here is going to be $30 a month. So compared to some of the stuff is going to be $50, $60, $80, $100, $150 a month, or some of it's going to be, you know, $50, $60, $100 per quarter. This one's going to be $30 a month for a really quiet subdivision here in Mount Juliet. And that's really not a bad price compared to, you know, like I said, everything else we're going to be covering. So this subdivision, Berkshire Ridge, this right here, the high school that this is going to be zoned for, this is going to be zoned for Wilson Central High School, which is a really good high school here in the Mount Juliet area. So yeah, if you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet, if you're thinking about moving to Nashville and you're like, hey, my budget is, you know, between $500,000 and $700,000, then, you know, this might be an option for you. I mean, just look at the homes behind me that we're covering in today's topic. So yeah, let's go ahead and drive around the rest of the neighborhood and see what this neighborhood has to offer. Here we go. And if you found value in this video, as always, please hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, shoot me a call, shoot me a text. I would love to help you make that transition, that move here to Middle Tennessee as smooth as possible. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye now.